What do you want? I'm in the middle of a podcast. Leave me alone.
This guy who really is, I think, a bad guy. Russell, I think you are a bad guy.
I'm not going to sit here and tell you what you want to hear. I'm going to tell you what the truth.
I don't want him knowing where I live.
You can hate Russell, but one thing you cannot take from Russell is his ability to play that game.
I ain't finished playing just yet.
Welcome to the Russell Hantz Show. Today we're going to talk about each and every cast member and how they did on Big Brother. And, of course, the fallout on Paul and how Paul and I are so similar.
Yeah, this is going to be a lot of fun to talk about.
Okay, we'll get right into it.
Yeah.
Let's get into our first out. Do you remember his name?
Was it Cameron?
Cameron was first out. I don't even see him on the picture. Oh, there he is.
Right there.
So
That's
Cameron was
Smiley.
first out. He was a super fan and didn't get to do any super fan.
Yeah, I kind of felt really sad for him, especially on the last episode of Big Brother when he was talking about getting voted out and everything. It was so sad.
Yeah, that's really not fair. You don't get to play. You know, you don't get. You're a super fan of something that you've been dreaming about going on. You go on it and you can't play. That
You
sucks.
can't play, and then he
I don't want to do
sad-
this in order either.
Yeah,
so.
and then he was sad.
And sometimes we might. I'm sorry for interrupting you, but I don't know if I want to talk about everybody because a lot of them are boring. So we're gonna get to like the Showmances and stuff like
Yeah,
that. But I want to talk about Cameron
Yeah.
only because he was first out, and I kind of feel sorry for him.
Yeah,
'cause
and he wanted a showmance. He wanted a showmance.
who he would have
Not really.
showmanced with? Did he say
No.
that?
He did. He was talking about all the people hooking up, you know.
Oh, so you think he
but
wanted that?
I think he was kind of like disappointed that people were hooking up instead of going on there and playing the game.
Yeah, that's what he meant.
Yeah, he
I
wanted to
think so.
play the game, and those other people were just hooking up.
Right. Let's talk about them. Let's talk about the hookups.
Okay.
And do you think if they're real or not
Okay.
in real life? So we have Elena and Mark.
Elena and Mark. I don't think they are going to have a relationship outside the show because I think Elena, I don't think she's interested in Mark at all like he is in her.
You don't think so?
No, I just don't see it.
He's a
Don't
big
see
teddy
it.
bear, a big crying teddy bear.
Well, yeah, I mean, I would like him, but I just don't see her liking him. She don't seem interested.
Right.
But I don't think she's interested.
Yeah, and he can get better anyway.
Yeah, I definitely think he can get better.
Because she seems a little superficial.
She seems very high maintenance. So if that's your girlfriend, be ready to shell out the big bucks.
So you don't think that you don't think what they had was real?
I think for Mark it was, and I think for her it was just of convenience.
So do you think that Mark would want to pursue a long-term relationship?
Definitely, because you can see it in his mannerisms, the way he looks at her. I mean, just everything. You can tell he's really hung up on her.
Because you don't see that with her?
No, I
towards him?
think she's kind of like, I could take him or leave him. Yeah.
Yeah, and we have, by the way, if you're a patron, you're going to get to hear a patron went to one of the Big Brother parties and got a little gossip. So we're going to get to hear a little scoop.
Juicy.
So if you're a patron, you get to hear that. If not, then come join us. So now we got Raven and Matthew.
Well, sadly, I think they might be the real deal because they're both two
Why is that
delusional
sadly?
people. They're both delusional.
Well, why do you think? Well, I could see how you could say she's delusional, but why Mark? Matt.
Matt, because him and Raven are two peas in a pod. And
You think he's delusional, though?
I think he goes along with anything that she says.
Oh, you think she controls-
Especially with Paul. Well, I was watching an interview just a few minutes ago during the last episode. She's been interviewed, and she was talking about how she helped Paul run the show.
Yeah, well, I know
Run the
she's
show.
delusional.
And Mark, Mark's thinking, yeah, she did. That's my woman. Because you can tell he's the type that goes along
Right.
with anything she says.
And by the way, I do have Raven's phone number, and I've had contact her. I'm trying to get her on the show so she can actually come on and take up for herself. Because we talked a lot of trash about Raven, and a lot of it we believe. So we want her to be able to defend herself. And I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. Karyl, are you going to sugarcoat anything for her?
No, I'm going to own up to every little thing I said.
So if she comes on the show, we're going to ask her, what's this? A big question I have is, how the hell would someone with... I think she don't even have she don't have what something in her knee or something.
Oh, arthritis.
Well, she has all kind of...
She's developed that this season.
And she has what kind of spine?
Inverted spine.
Oh, and then she just walked out that house doing flips.
Cartwheels and, jumps and...
I mean, Raven, if you listen to this, that's a big problem. That's why people are not believing what you're saying. Because you say you have all these diseases and then you come out, doing flips.
Right. And people with truly terminal illnesses would be... I know they're pissed at her.
And not partying and drunk
pissed. Right.
every single night. Because I've been hearing, I just read an article just now that somebody said that they were drunk. She went into a gay bar, her and Matt, and she is saying now that she got invited by CBS to be on Celebrity Big Brother.
Oh, she's so delusional.
Celebrity. I mean, do you consider her a celebrity?
No.
I mean, she's just got out of the house. She's considering herself a celebrity.
Yeah, give yourself a little bit of time to get established.
You need at least
you know what?
2 shots.
Come on the Russell Hint show. That's a good start.
That's a good start.
That's a good start.
Tens of thousands of people will get to hear you and get to hear what you have to say about all these diseases you have. If they're true, then you can have a right to prove them. She has a right.
Right. And, and like I said before, if she's truly sick, I definitely take back everything I said. And I know.
Yeah, but
feel
look
bad about
how
it,
she walked out the house.
But a terminally ill person does not act like that.
And Matt likes her, so, I mean, they're out partying all the time now.
Right. I mean, come on. I'm sure. I just wonder if Matt truly believes that she's sick.
That's the thing. I wonder if he truly believes what she's telling him.
I don't know.
Like all those things. I mean, if you haven't heard our Raven Exposed Party podcast, you have to go listen to it, and then you'll know exactly what we're talking about. She came up with so many things. We went down a list of over 100 things that she said that she's had, or, I think somebody in her family was on the Titanic, and, just different things like that. Just really hard to believe type things.
Yeah, like we said, she's a walking miracle. If everything's truly wrong with her that she states is wrong with her, she is a miracle.
Yep. She walked out of that house doing cartwheels and toe touches.
She needs to be on those church things, where people act like, they say they got terminal illnesses and all of a sudden they're jumping out of their wheelchair and everything.
Oh, that's not right.
I know.
That's not right. One of them shows, yeah. But she would do that, though.
She would. She'd be like, "Oh, look at me.
Look at me.
Look at me. Look at my scar. Look at my scar."
Pick up a shirt for everybody. I wonder if she does that when she's out,
Just randomly.
Guys, we can go on and on about a podcast with Raven, but we've already done that.
I'm sorry. Okay.
And it is an amazing podcast. Go find it. It's all about Raven. We made her famous. We made her a celebrity. If she can, I just text her, by the way, waiting for a text back so we can see if we can do the show.
I think she may be a little intimidated by you. She might have to
I'm gonna be completely fair though. Completely fair.
Yeah, and you are a nice guy. True, you are a nice guy.
Yeah, I'm not gonna just throw on. Well, I'm gonna throw her under the bus if she thinks her own words will throw her under the bus. Because I'm just gonna say her own words back to her. I'm gonna ask her about her words. I don't think she may be doing interviews with these people and whoever, but they're probably not asking her things like that. No. Things that people really want to know.
Because they don't want to offend, probably like everybody else in the United States right now. You don't want to offend anyone. So you're trying to be like tiptoe around everything that you're saying to somebody.
Yeah, nobody wants to offend anybody.
Right. But we're not like that.
Yeah. No, we're going to say exactly how we feel. And you should respect that. Yeah. You should respect someone that's going to... like I said, I'm not going to just have her on the show just to break her down. If she can prove everything, then hey, then it's real. I want to know how the hell she can do toe touches and flips like that when she don't have cartilage in her
How
knees.
is it medically?
Or whatever.
Yeah,
How's it medically impossible? It's medically impossible.
Right.
Because I'm gonna break it down. If she says she's gonna do the show, I'm gonna go to a doctor friend of mine. I'm gonna ask him questions. I'm gonna break it down.
Oh my God, we should have a doctor on the show with her.
while we're interviewing her.
Yeah, exactly.
So he can say, well, no,
That is not medically possible.
no, well, doctors are real careful about saying what's possible or impossible.
That's true.
You know, because a lot of things see
they'd probably be like, well,
miracles.
I've got to review her files first.
Right, because it could be a miracle.
might have to
Miracles
run a few
happen all the
tests.
time. She may be a miracle.
Walking
You know? The Raven, the miracle. Okay, we have Cody and Jessica.
I think that could be the real thing.
I think it's real for Cody. I think it's real for
Definitely.
Jessica right now.
I think it is real for Cody because I think he's already obviously been in a serious relationship since he's got a daughter and everything. He probably knows what he's looking for and what he wants and etc. Jessica could still be in that phase where she kind of still likes Cody and not sure, but he's kind of like, he could be somebody of convenience in the house.
He's convenience. He's a good guy.
Right.
I think Cody's a good guy.
And she could date him for a while, but
I
as
think
for
they're
the
gonna
real
date,
deal,
but
I don't know.
there's no way Cody's gonna end up by keeping Jessica.
Yeah.
Because she's just like, they pick personalities. They pick certain people to come in the house like that. And I think she's a little like Elena.
Right.
Superficial.
Yeah. Superficial. And, Cody, it's obvious that his daughter's number one in his life.
And you know what she said?
She will not be number two.
She said, I never dated somebody with a kid before. And I'm thinking, really? Nowadays? You ain't never dated somebody with a kid? Do you not, if they say they have a kid, do you just move on to the next one?
I'm sure. Like
That's
most
probably
people.
exactly what she does.
Like most people, I'm sure, yes.
Do you think people do that?
Yeah, I do. I
Really?
know people who will not date people that have children.
Well, that's pretty.
And they have children themselves, but they won't date other people with kids.
That's superficial by itself. Yeah, that's stupid. I think that's just stupid.
But I think it's true love right now. I don't know if it's long lasting.
So I want to talk about this real quick because it's just popping in my mind. Jason and Kevin, because Jason said that he was going to rape Kevin's wife and tie up his girls, his children, while they watch. And he laughed while he said it. Now, I seen something. I don't know exactly what's all going on with this, but Kevin can't be happy about knowing that he said that now.
Yeah, there's no way. Because obviously
Because I heard he was back. They said he was backtracking. Like Jason was trying to backtrack and trying to save himself for whatever, But
And I think Jason's a nice guy. I think he's a truly nice guy. But saying something like that, that's not even. I don't know how you'd make something like that remotely funny.
you can't not be okay with that. That's not a, hey man, I'm sorry, I was just locked up in the house for a while.
No.
And it got ahead of me a little bit. It's not something you can say like that. Like you said, did you gonna rape my wife and tie up my kids?
Yeah, that's messed up.
Whether you're laughing at the end of saying it or not, so does that thing. It laughs after it says thing and it rips off the boy's arm, pulls him in the gutter.
Exactly. And saying that you're going to rape somebody's wife is bad. And saying
bad.
that you're going
Bad.
to type someone's children, that's bad.
That's
but
bad.
then you combine both of them together, that's really, really, really bad.
That's bad. So you can't say you're gonna rape somebody's wife. You can't say you're gonna tie their children up, but you definitely can't say them both together.
Right. Just don't do it.
Because I would have to defend that remark if it was me and my family.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I mean, you have to. You seem like a punk.
Yeah.
And Kevin's the kind of guy that
I think he'd put a
just
hit out
don't-
on him.
I don't see how Kevin can't be like, you said that about my wife? Like confronting
yeah.
him.
Definitely, he would.
You think?
That's something I don't think Kevin would let just slip by. Like, how could you? Like, I don't think I could.
You can't.
Yeah. I'd have to be like, why'd you say something like that? I'd want to know what was their thought process. and wanting to even think of doing something like that.
That's crazy.
I'd have to know.
And he might put a hit out on him. He's the mob boss.
Yeah. He's definitely mob material.
What else did they say in that house? What else did somebody say that was, I'm hearing that Cody said something about the transgender community. And he's not taking that back, he said.
Really? What did he say exactly?
I don't know exactly what it was,
I
but
didn't hear that.
He said he joked around about something in that community. I don't know exactly what it was. I can't quote it. I just know that he said something, and I know he's saying that he is not taking it back.
Yeah, I can see Cody not taking something like that back. He seems like the type that stands by what he says. And he doesn't seem like to be the type of person that just spouts things out without thinking. You can see that he sits back and he kind of thinks about things sometimes.
Yeah, and there's one thing, I don't know if I said this on the show with Kevin and Christmas holding hands, and I posted pictures of them two holding hands, I think, on Twitter. I got to apologize to Kevin and his family because it didn't at all turn out like people were saying and like I was thinking.
Right, but it would be natural to assume that, though. I mean, you're holding hands with a chick that you're not married to, and your pants is unzipped.
Right, that was the picture.
Right, I mean, what else would you be thinking?
It is something that you can assume that something's going on.
Right, because if I was married, I would not be sitting there holding another man's hand.
And his pants unzipped.
Absolutely.
Well,
not.
what if your husband was in there holding a chick like that? Because she's a cute girl with a nice body, holding her hand, and their pants was unzipped.
Let's just say the divorce papers would be waiting on him when he got home.
Yes.
I don't play.
Yeah, well, that's good. So that didn't happen, and maybe it didn't happen because Christmas fell in love with Paul. She never said that, but she kind of did.
Yeah. I think she is head over heels.
My heart flutters.
Paul.
It flutters.
Oh, yeah, she's head over heels for him.
Oh, they made sweet loving already. You better believe that.
I'm sure they did.
Because I know for a fact that Christmas, at the Big Brother party, Christmas showed up last, and they said, I heard, I had a spy there. I have spies, people. Watch out. And they said she was little bitty, by the way. She's extremely nice build, but little bitty, and she came last to the party, and she was stoned out her ass. They said she could hardly stand straight.
Oh, that's terrible.
Like she was stumbling around.
That's terrible.
And Paul never showed up.
Oh, that might be why she was like that.
They might have been getting stoned together.
Oh, well, maybe.
But Paul don't want to go to that party after all that.
Oh, man.
We'll get into all that.
Yeah,
in a little bit.
I don't think
sure.
I'd feel like partying either.
So you think that Christmas is the real deal? Like, do you think that we seen who she was as a person in that house?
No, I don't.
I seen some good qualities from her.
No, I don't. I do think she's probably a really good person. I do. I think she tried to play the game the best that she could. I truly do. And I think she got too wrapped up in Paul, though. I think that hurt her game. But I think
she would have never got rid of Paul.
No. She wouldn't.
She would have gave Paul $500,000.
Yeah. And which is sad because the whole point of her being on the show is to win the money.
Let's talk about Paul and Christmas.
Okay.
Do you think that those two could have a meaningful relationship?
No.
Do you think Christmas would want it?
I think Christmas would want it, but I don't think Paul's capable.
What do you mean?
I think he's too manipulative.
Yeah,
he's
you
too
think
sneaky.
he can't be like that in real life, though? You just watched him on a TV show.
I don't know. I just don't. Something about him.
What did you think about me? Manipulative and stinky?
Yeah. I would have been like, that's no guy I would ever be interested in.
Yeah, I know. Nobody interested in me. So we got...
Sorry, Paul. You're probably the nicest guy in the world.
He's probably a nice guy. I think he's a nice guy.
I'm just saying
played the game.
but we're going by what we saw on TV.
I personally didn't like him on the show.
I can
guarantee
stand him on
you,
the show.
I guarantee you he's a nice guy in real life. The reason I didn't like him, and I'll talk about some of the ending of it all, is the bullying thing. And I thought that comment about bullying was perfect.
Right.
And Paul didn't own up to anything.
Yeah, he didn't. Those were the two things for me that made me not like him: the bullying stuff, and
And then if
he
you-
did not. He
Paul,
just acted like he was totally innocent.
If
and
you think
everything.
you didn't bully, then you did. Because you told Josh to go get the pot and pans. You knew he would
Right,
listen to you.
right.
You told Raven to go out there and start
Right.
hollering and screaming. You told them to bully, to keep on, to push them.
right, right.
So they listened to you. You were that guy. You were the main bully in high school that got other people to do the bullying for you while you watched.
Yep.
And that's what people seen you do in that house.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it was sickening to watch, to be honest with you. You deserved the win, but you didn't get it because of that right there.
Right. Now, he did play, yeah, I got to say, he had everybody, he had all of his little minions.
No, he
And,
did.
yeah, I mean, I think he did deserve the win, too.
So,
but,
so Josh wins, okay?
Yeah.
So it blows my mind that Josh can beat somebody as strategic as Paul, especially when he had no social game.
I know.
He said he had no strategic game.
Yeah.
He had nothing. He reminds me of Sandra with
Yeah.
nothing
Yeah.
and still wins.
And still wins.
Now his social game was so bad that Mark almost got kicked out for punching him in the face.
Right.
Cody almost get kicked out for punching him in the face. Jessica almost get kicked out for punching him in the face. Elena, I mean, you can go on and on.
I just hate seeing a bully win. Josh was definitely
Oh, he was a bully.
A bully.
He was, with the pots and pans.
Yeah.
And,
Bully.
I mean, he almost got popped by Mark. That was
and
going
then
to
he pussied out. Don't touch me. Don't touch me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't. Because he thinks
Oh, the
Big Brother's
pussy.
going to stop it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It made him look bad. When he watches it, he should cringe.
Yeah. Definitely. I wonder if he'll actually watch it, though. All
Oh
the crime.
yes, they all watching it. You two, with them egos. You kidding me?
Yeah.
They're watching every bit of the live feeds probably. They gonna probably watch it, and get memorized. Their minds are gonna turn to mush.
Yeah, he'll be on there like, wow.
So Josh wins.
Yep. Yep. It still blows my mind.
Oh man, because if Josh would have got rid of Paul, then I would have said, you know what? He made the
Right.
biggest move in the game.
Right, but he didn't.
And he could have got 100% of the votes. He almost made a huge mistake.
Yeah, it still blows my mind.
How
he
did
kept Paul?
Paul was so manipulative that he convinced Josh to keep him.
Right.
Even though the whole time Josh was saying, Paul's playing a hell of a game.
Yeah,
Paul,
what
he
the
compared
heck?
Paul to the greatest to play the game. And, and then he brings Paul because Paul convinces him to bring him.
It's messed up.
That's brilliant by Paul to be able to
Yeah.
do something like that.
Yeah.
Because Josh was the only one talking negative about him, constantly saying, it'd be the biggest move. He's this person or that person. He's one of the biggest players, maybe the best to ever play this game. And then you bring him to the end with you?
Yeah. God,
So-
he's such a doofus.
That was a huge move if he would have got rid of Paul, but he didn't.
Nope.
I didn't want Paul to win. I didn't want Josh to win. I'd have been okay with Christmas winning.
Yeah. I
'Cause-
would have been okay with Christmas winning. Yeah.
I mean, and a lot of people wanted, a lot of people around me, my family, they wanted Josh to win. And you know what those were? Kids, children. My brother Sean told me that his 7-year-old grandson loved it that Paul won because he loved it when he bashed the pots and pans
I
together.
mean, Josh, when Josh won.
It's like a child, Josh, when Josh won. Because it's like a child.
Yeah.
Children like watching
Yeah.
circus animals.
Yeah, circus
you know.
freaks. Because he was loud. He was
Right.
loud and
he was
banging
laughing.
in.
Oh, look at him. So it's interesting for a child that was 7, 8 years old to watch. And he was rooting for him to win because he was, the child could compare with him.
Right. Right. It's sad. That is sad. And that's who won. And that is who won.
That's who won.
But, the people...
And he beat a mastermind.
Yeah.
And, this is the crazy thing. I'd rather Josh win than Paul. Personally, me sitting there watching, I wanted Paul because of the bullying and all that. I didn't want him to win. And that's bitter too, by the way.
Right.
That's me being bitter, but I'm not voting. If I was voting, I would have had to vote for Paul. But I'm just watching the TV show.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, I don't want Paul to win. I want him to be rustled. I want him to be, get twice, second place twice. Because my first time I got second place, I got it season 19. Survivor 19, Big Brother 19. I lost to a little blonde girl, Natalie White. He lost to a little blonde girl. The second time, I lost to a loudmouth, sassy Latin. He lost to a loudmouth, sassy Latin.
You and Paul need to do a show together.
I mean, think about it. It's so close. The similarities are crazy.
That is nuts.
He completely dominated, especially his second time he played. I completely dominated.
Yeah.
Still lost because of a bitter jury.
Yep.
So, it's crazy. We need to go play Amazing Race or something.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Definitely.
That'd be fun.
Yeah. That'd be good ratings.
I think that he could help me out a lot in a game like the Amazing Race. And I think I could help him out. Just think of people from the Big Brother side and people from the Survivor side. All are different sides that watch. Some people hate Big Brother, some people hate Survivor. They would come together and watch that just to see me and Paul how we would react.
Right, and I've never watched Amazing Race, and I would watch it to watch you guys.
It would be fun.
Yeah, it'd be interesting.
So,
it would be really interesting to see you on there with Paul.
So in the end, when they were talking about it, Josh was saying, Julie called Josh out at the end. Called Josh out because he would, during his diaries, when they got voted out, he was always saying, it was, I always had an alliance with Paul Christmas. It wasn't, I thought that was a great strategic play. I was just talking to Willie, my brother, that was on Big Brother, and he agreed. He was like, "That was, of course you do that. Why is Paul going to get mad at him for calling him out when he's trying to win the game? I would do it every time.
Right.
If I was saying my goodbye message, I would tell him exactly what was going on in the goodbye message, so
you can get the vote.
You can get the vote.
Right. Exactly.
So of course that was his best thing he did.
Yeah.
That's the only thing he did to me.
Definitely.
To be honest
Very smart.
with you, I thought that Cody was going to vote for Paul.
I did too because
he said something like, "I did what I said I was going to do," and then he walked away.
Especially like when Jessica said that she would have voted for Paul, and then he gave her this look like,
No way.
I did vote for him.
No way Jessica would have voted. That's her at home, healed. She's healed. She's at home watching the show. If she was sitting in that house and not watching TV or anything, no way she'd have voted for Paul.
Right.
It takes a very strong individual to vote for someone that stabs you in the back. It takes a very, they call it the the bitter jury syndrome. Well, that syndrome came from weak people, weak-minded people. That's the only reason that exists. The bitter jury thing, you have to do jury management, right? Well, sometimes you have to, sometimes you don't. When you're dealing with a strong group of people that can vote the way they're supposed to vote, then you don't have to worry about that.
Right. There's always going to be people, though, like Elena. Elena voiced that, yes, she is a bitter jury member, and she was fine with it.
Yes, she was fine with it.
And there's always going to be people that they don't care. They're going to be fine with being being on the jury.
They're okay.
Being bitter.
They're okay with. They can use an excuse and say bad jury management. That's the excuse they use because they're weak. They're weak-minded people in real life. They can't get over it. So I don't know. I mean, I can't. I would have voted for Boston Rob if I would have went to the end of that game. I would have had to. You have to. That's why I was shocked when Cody didn't. Cody seems like that kind of strong-willed person that does the right thing at the end of the day, and he didn't.
Right, and he even said, basically, he was going to vote for the person that deserved it, you know.
He didn't.
Right, but maybe for some reason in his mind he thought he did.
Look who we have. Christmas votes for Paul. Matt votes for Paul. Paul really didn't do much. Paul did nothing to Christmas, right?
Right.
Elena votes for Josh. Jason votes for Josh. Mark votes for Josh. Cody votes for Josh. Alex votes for Josh. Kevin votes for Paul.
Yeah. Yep.
And Raven votes for Paul.
Yep.
So those names are Raven. Definitely easy to manipulate. They probably hooked up before the game.
And she still, to this day, thinks that it's her and Paul alone running the show. Blows my mind.
Yeah. And you see, they had a picture of her when Cody won fan favorite. She was shocked that she wasn't even named. So we have Matt and Raven. We're definitely going to vote for Paul. He had them so manipulated. This is Paul's mistake, not bringing Matt and Raven to the end.
Yeah.
There's no way you can't tell me even a bitter jury can vote for Raven to win that game. They cannot do it.
Right, exactly. Oh my gosh. Can I imagine if she
They can't do it. When the day it happened, you can go look back on my Twitter. You can go look back. I said, that's Paul's first mistake.
Yeah.
Getting rid of Raven.
Yeah.
Because Matt and Raven would have never, ever went against him.
Right.
Just like Christmas and Josh didn't. He could have had that. And there's no possible way Raven wins that game.
Right, because who would want Raven to have beat them?
Because by saying that, by voting for Josh, guys, you that played, if you're listening to this, by voting for Josh is saying that Josh is better than you.
Yeah. That's what you're saying.
That's what you're saying. Now, are you okay with Josh being better than you? Because you're probably okay with Paul being better than you. But are you okay with Josh, the meatball, being better than you?
Yeah. You just voted for a meatball.
Yeah. So Josh is better than you. So if Raven would have been there, no way.
Right. No, there's no way. No, she would have been a good one to take to the end for sure.
Yeah, he would have won.
Yeah.
I wonder if he sees that yet, because trust me, it's going to go through his mind over and over and over. And Josh, he had to have thought that he could beat Josh because his social game was terrible. I was saying, why are you doing that? These guys are the one that's going to actually vote for you. And Mark voted for him. What he done to Mark, and Mark still voted for him because he hated Josh that much.
That's insane.
So maybe he would have voted for Raven.
Maybe.
Because he voted for Josh, and they,
People do think differently.
Look at him in this picture. He has he's popping his collar,
Yeah,
Josh.
like, ooh, I'm the man.
Like he's
I'm
good
the
looking.
Man.
Acting like he's some kind of good looking guy.
He definitely looks like a meatball in that picture.
I'd love to have him on the show, too.
Yeah.
Because I mean, straight up, do you really think that you were that good? Because
Right.
you did nothing. But you did nothing but make people not like you.
You'd have to turn down the volume on your headphones because if he talks
And dude,
like
why
he
are
does
you always
on-
hollering in the
Yeah.
mic? Why
Who
do
are you mad at?
Why does people always holler in the mic? Every once in a while, you get someone in the house that's screaming and hollering in the mic all the time. They never stop.
Right, it's like do they talk like that in real life? Because I can't imagine that they do.
Oh my God!
How do you take them out to eat anywhere? I mean,
You're gonna have too many friends if you do that. So Josh the meatball wins.
the meatball.
Josh is in the same class as all the winners from Big Brother. Evil Dick, Derek, Dr. Will, Dan. Josh.
Yeah, Josh, the meatball. And Josh.
Yeah, so...
At least it's not Raven.
Well, at least they were smart enough to know not to bring Kevin to the end because he would have won.
Yeah. Yeah, I really, really thought that Kevin would possibly win it.
Kevin was looking older when he left that house than when he went in that house.
Yeah. He seemed worn
that
down.
Wore his
He was ready to leave.
out.
Yeah, he was ready to go. He was ready to go, I think.
And then Megan didn't even get a shot to even be in the live show.
No.
She never even showed up anywhere again. Mm-mm. She's gone. She's wiped off the whole, like, her picture's erased.
Yeah. I think Big Brother just left a bad taste in her mouth. I don't think she wants to have anything to do with it.
Yeah, so, Kevin was exciting. I liked Kevin.
Well, what did you think about Alex?
Alex?
I liked Alex.
Look, I didn't like Alex was part of the bullying.
She was part of the bullying.
So she's saying that,
she was entertaining.
She was part of that.
Yeah.
And I'm happy that she got what she deserved.
Yeah. Yeah.
She deserved to get backstabbed.
Right.
Because she was a big bully in that house.
And you remember
you seen what she did to Cody? She goes up to Cody while he's reading the Bible. You remember that, Alex? Yeah, that's called bullying.
Yeah.
You seen what she did to Mark when he was eating cereal? That's called bullying.
Yeah.
They just sitting there and you spouting off at the mouth like you're some crazy person. That's called bullying. So you deserve to be in the spot you are, and I hope you never play again because you're a big bully.
God, this was just a whole season of bullies.
Yes.
And they were so warped. The bullies didn't even know what bullying was. To them, they were not bullying. They thought they were getting bullied at times.
Yeah.
And they were the ones doing it.
Or when Mark had her pillows, quote unquote, her pillows. I know they don't let you bring pillows in there. You mean Big Brother's pillows that belongs to everybody? And then she goes off on them for that.
Crazy.
I'm like, go get your own fucking pillows.
You know what, though?
I mean,
Russell,
if
she could have been PMSing that day. She could have just turned into another person that day. Don't mess with her pillows if she's PMSing.
Well, that's definitely the girl you do not want to date. Because you're going to get that about 5 days out the month.
Just take a short trip once a month.
Yeah, no ahead of time. Get the hell out of there. Now, her relationship with Jason was interesting to me.
It was. It was like a little sister, big brother thing.
I mean, do you think it was like that, or do you think she had special feelings for him?
I think maybe in the beginning it was probably a crush, I think. But I think later you could definitely tell it was
Okay, if Alex and Jason was in a hotel room together, will they have sex?
I think
nobody knows. They're having some drinks. Will they have sex?
I think Alex would be willing, but I think Jason, he seems so in love with his family. He seems so in love with his family.
I don't believe it.
You don't believe it? You think it's all show?
I believe he's in love with his family, but I think he would fuck her.
Well, you know what? There have been people that we know of that have loved their family and their children, and they still messed around on their wives on these types of shows.
Of course. And Alex, definitely. Everybody's like, oh, that's so sweet, the little sister, big brother type thing. I'm like, I'm not so sure about that.
Maybe he's a cover.
All I'm saying is Jason's wife, don't let them two alone. Yeah, I'm just saying.
Yeah, you got me thinking.
I mean, everybody's human.
Yeah, but hopefully
they put themselves in the position.
That's what I'm saying.
To do something.
That is what I'm
wrong.
saying.
I mean, yeah, they can't show it because it's on TV and he respects his wife. He doesn't want to do it because it's national television. But I just don't. I see them. Her relationship with him was so close. It was like that connection you have with someone.
Right, and it could probably truly developed into. I mean, they could have had a moment.
Mm-hmm.
They could have had a
Well,
weak
you don't think they're going to have a
moment.
weak moment when they go do these events together?
It's a huge possibility. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of drinking and a lot of partying.
Hey, I've been there. I've been there when it comes to when you just get off these shows and you get everybody's coming up to you. Everybody wants your autographs and this and that, and you think you're bigger than you really are. And guess what? You may make huge mistakes that you're going to regret for the rest of your life. So my advice to any one of you guys is slow down on the drinking. That's number one.
And maybe even take your spouse with you.
That's a
Safety net.
big.
Safety net.
That's a big help. You take
Yeah.
your spouse with you.
Because-
You slow down on the drinking. You can have just a good time. I used to drink like crazy at these events. Those days are over for me. You slow down and you have a good time. You meet people, maybe have a glass of wine or two, and then you can enjoy yourself instead of getting stupid drunk and you can't hardly remember anything the night, and then you're stumbling out of there with somebody else, and it's not your wife or husband.
Right, exactly. It's somebody else's spouse, and it's something you got to live with for the rest of your life. And if you're a decent person, you'll feel bad about it.
Yeah, because this is going to pass. All this is going to pass, and almost all of you will never be remembered. Josh won't be remembered in the long run. He'll just be remembered as a bad winner. Cody probably won't be remembered unless he plays again. Jessica, she'll be forgotten. Paul will be remembered. I'm trying to look at this cast and think and see if I see someone that would play again. Cody, they may have him play again, but until then, he's just Cody.
I don't know if they would have him play again because I don't think he fits the mold that they want him to fit.
Well, I think that he made his own mode, though. In other words, there's not another Cody, and everybody knows it and loves it. That's why he made fan favorites. So I think that they're okay. They're perfectly fine with Cody.
Yeah, that's true. You can't have more than one Cody though, or it'll be a dull show.
Oh, no way. They just have to have just him moping around.
Him moving around.
Who do you think on this cast would play again?
Let's see here.
Kevin.
Raven would play again.
Oh, no. I know they'll play again. Who you think that CBS would get to play?
Would play
Kevin's
again.
Definitely a choice to play again. He's a fan favorite.
I think even Julie was a
Raven
huge
may.
fan.
I mean, you
of
may be right.
Kevin.
Raven may, because
I hope.
she was.
God, I hope not.
She was so out there, and she don't even know it. She don't even know she was out there like that.
No.
And look at us. We're talking about her on several podcasts. I mean, they have all these people on Survivor that's coming up, on or that's played. However, this airs whenever we air this. I don't want to date it, but all these people, and we're talking about Raven.
Right, that's true.
We're talking about her more than Paul.
That's true.
So we're not the only
Maybe.
podcast talking about that.
Yeah. Maybe CBS will have her on it again.
I looked on Twitter just
people do
now.
talk about
Just
her.
now. Look. I looked on Twitter just now, and they were talking about Raven. Evil Dick was talking about Raven. That's how I knew that she said she was going to be on Celebrity.
Yeah.
So when you talk about somebody so much, then you give them a possibility to
That's
play
very
again.
true. Well, I would love to see Kevin play again. I'd like to see Kevin play again. And
Would you really want to see somebody like Cameron get a chance at it? But I don't think he would have been that interesting anyway.
I like to see Cameron maybe on Survivor. On Survivor, maybe.
I don't know about that. I like to see Kevin play again. I'd like to see Jessica play again without the showmance.
I don't think she'd be capable of playing it without a showmance. I think she's the type who has to have a guy.
She was
constant.
such a bad player.
Yeah, she was not very smart.
She's the one that got rid of Ramses.
Yeah.
Ramses is the best.
Yeah.
We forgot her music.
Oh, I like to see Ramses play again.
Ramses
Just so we can play that music every time.
Yeah. Yeah, so she was a bad player, so she probably won't get a shot. Let me look. Christmas?
Possibly Christmas. I wouldn't mind because I think Christmas may be smarter this time around. She won't be.
I wonder
such a minion.
I wonder which one of these casts is going to mess with the most mentally, because it always gets a few of you. I would have to say, I think that Jason might have a hard time with what he said in that house.
Yeah.
About Kevin's wife.
Right. And honestly, I don't think Jason would probably want to leave his family.
And, of course, I'm going to go ahead and give you doctors, you psychiatrists, a heads up. You need to stay in touch with Josh constantly. Because this is going to get to him. Because this is the problem. I'm being serious. You guys that, you throw people out there like that, and then all of a sudden it's a roller coaster, and they go straight down. And then they don't have nowhere to turn, and bad things happen sometimes. And it has happened before. And you got to watch people like him. He may need help. And I think he's the kind of guy that will need some sort of counseling.
Right, and maybe even Paul too. Really,
Maybe
he
Paul
loses
too.
twice in a row.
Maybe Paul too. Paul
So close.
Paul just seems like a strong individual when it comes to that, but it will get to him too.
Right.
It will bring him down for a while. Josh, when he sees all this and hears all this,
as much as he cried, you would break him.
The bullying thing, he's probably been bullied in his life, and now all of a sudden he turned into that guy that he hates.
Yeah.
That might get to him.
Yeah.
So, these people, they may need some sort of counseling.
Yeah, I hope they keep a close eye on him.
Because people I say this because, for instance, Brandon Hance was on 2 seasons of Survivor. They probably won't have him back because they think he's crazy. I've heard off the record statements that a few high individuals said about Brandon. Then I'm thinking, if you think he's that crazy, then how come no one has ever called or contacted Brandon or tried to reach out and help Brandon?
Right.
If you think he needs help, then help him. But it doesn't work like that. They think they tell y'all that, but it doesn't work like that. CBS doesn't work like that. They use you, they get their ratings, they use you again if you're good, if you was popular enough, and then use you again, and as soon as they're done with you, that's it.
And that's the business, though. Sadly,
It's the business.
That's the business.
It's the business, and that's what it is.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying anything directly bad about that. What I'm saying is that they know the people that may need help afterwards, and they should contact. I'm going to go ahead and say this. I don't know how much you know about that show Pirate Masters that was on. Where it was on about 4 or 5 episodes. It was a Mark Burnett show. And it got canceled because it was so bad, they canceled in the middle of the season, airing on CBS, prime time. Well, one of the girls from the season killed herself. She hung herself in her garage. So I know that's a serious matter, and we're going somewhere crazy. But I'm trying to make a point. You have to make sure these people are okay. If you have to call them once a month for years, then do it. Right.
Because you wouldn't want that on your hands. Somebody taking their life.
One of the people involved in that whole accident or whatever it was one of the doctors who was involved is a friend of mine. I'm not going to throw anybody's name under the bus, but this person, this was the doctor, and it got to this person for a long time and probably still does. Yeah. It's no joke, and it affected this person, the doctor, for years, and I'm sure it still does.
Right, I'm sure it's something you don't get over. Definitely.
Because the girl that hung herself was under this particular doctor's care. And this particular doctor didn't reach out. And, she may need help. When you're a professional, you know.
Right.
So, Brandon's fine. I'm just saying, for a while there, he wasn't. For a while there, I needed some help. I didn't get it. So, there's things like that. Paul's a strong guy. Seems just a guy just like me. I guarantee you he's going to need somebody to talk to. A professional to talk to.
Yeah.
It's not that you're crazy. Sometimes you need someone to talk to.
Somebody who is not biased. Somebody can be honest with you and can truly help you.
Right. Okay, guys. Sorry about veering off to that serious, deep stuff. We'll get back to Paul. His non-win.
Paul, poor Paul.
He has to be. When this happened, what I did when this happened, and Karyl was here, I said, "You see that look?" And I paused the look that Paul had.
Oh, yeah.
I said, you see that look? I said, let me show you that look. And I went on Hulu and I brought up season 19 Survivor and I paused it right when Jeff says, if you want to look at it, just fast forward all the way to the live reunion show. And right when everybody gets up and they read the votes and it's all over, Jeff says, yes, we're going to talk about that person that everybody loves to hate, Russell. When he says that, look at my face. And then I paused it on that face. I said, there's that look.
Yeah, it was terrible to see. It was terrible. Kind of like what Paul looked like. It was...
Yeah, it is a feeling when you dominate. My heart dropped to my stomach because when you dominate something like that and you still lose, it's you work so hard at it. You know, it's just like if you're working hard to be a national champion. Like Raven, when she works hard at being an Olympic champion. You know? When she works so hard at it and the scout doesn't choose her. It's heart-wrenching.
You know, especially after she had, like, what, 2 or 3 sessions of training?
Yeah. Well, that's one of the things she said.
All that time, you know, it's got to be heartbreaking.
Yeah, that's what she said. So anyway, that's it. That's all we're going to talk about. I'm going to I want to get Rachel Riley on the show to talk about the bitter jury syndrome and see what she thinks about Paul. I'm going to try to get her up next.
That'd be a good podcast.
But yeah, guys, hey, Paul, hey, man, I feel your pain. That's all I can say. And we appreciate you guys listening to the Russell Hantz Show, and we will see you soon.
Peace out.
Later. Keep hope alive. Become a patron and get more content and bonus episodes, including video commentary of every episode of Survivor Samoa, weekly episodes of Whining with Wine, and you can become a patron for as low as $5. $5 gets you Russell's Alliance, $10 and you become a game changer, $25 and you're a legend. Go to patreon.com/Russell Hantz.